Welcome to Abs 100, where we're going to be working our core. All you're going to need is a mat and one light dumbbell, but you don't even need a dumbbell if you're a beginner. So we're going to go ahead and start after your warm up all the way down on the floor. I'm going to go ahead and hold the weight with both hands. Shoulders are down and back, and you're leaning back slightly as you're bringing the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. As you are doing this, we're going to keep the shoulder blades down and back and the belly button pulled in. We're going to do 20 total. And I want you to really see if you can hit the center of the knee with each elbow lightly and with control. Nice job. All right, we're going to come back down on the ground all the way flat, holding the weight with your left hand. The right arm is down flat on the floor, and you're going to lift almost all the way up and reach that dumbbell just towards the opposite hip. So right above the opposite hip. We're not going past the body here. You're reaching right above that opposite knee, opposite hip area. So don't go any further than that. You're using the arm to help support you as you come up nice and high. And as you sit up, that arm reaches really high towards the ceiling. We're going to do 10 total on each side. Good. Breathing out as you come up. So exhale each time you come out. Inhale on the way down, using all of those core muscles. All right, switching to the other side. I will turn for you so you could see better. And that left arm is straight. We're going to use the right arm off to the side and coming up halfway. Now, if these are too tough for you, obviously ditch the weight. You don't even have to come up super high. What you can do here is put that opposite hand behind your head instead and just come up into a little crunch. So you can definitely turn this into a beginner exercise. If you want to make this harder, you can obviously grab a weight that is heavier than this. Exhaling as you come up, really feel how your core is working and squeezing. There's a little twist involved in here. Really connect. All right, we're going back to those Russians. So the idea here is to take 2 exercises going back and forth until we hit 100. So we've got 10 half get-ups and 20 Russians, and we're going to do 3 rounds just like this. Remember, during the Russians, are your shoulder blades down and back? Is your upper back nice and strong? Are you able to pull your belly button in? If this is too tough for you, you can leave the legs alone and just leave them sit as you twist. All right, let's get back into those 10 half get-ups. Here we go. You guys got this. We're pulling up for 10, reaching that arm really high towards the ceiling, but not past the body. So we're not going all the way to the side, just above that right hip. Squeezing those abs as you come up, controlling it down and not just flopping down to the ground like a fish. So keep that control on the way down. Have that opposite arm help you out just a little bit. And remember to breathe. So a lot of times I notice clients will not breathe during core exercises, and I get it, but it's really important to breathe through them. It's not going to help you any holding your breath. It's only going to make you more tired and make it worse. So breathe through it. Exhale up, control it down, switching sides. This is number 2 and 3. Control down 4. Reaching over that opposite hip or knee. Nice work. We're halfway there with this round. 6, 7. I know these get heavy. You're doing great. 8 and 9. Pulling through. Getting that last one for 10. Good job. All right, let's go back to those Russians. I have to remind myself too, shoulder blades down and back, belly button pulled in. Each time you twist, kind of take note of what that belly button's doing. It's going to want to come out on you. It's going to want to get all sloppy and lazy. So keep squeezing those lower abs, breathing through it. You're doing awesome. All right, guys, we're almost there. A couple more twists and rest. All right, next set. So these are really tough. You're gonna lay all the way on your back, hold the weight above the shoulders, and I want you to keep the back on the floor. So pull your belly button in, keep the back on the floor, and we're gonna lower one leg and then the other like little scissors. Now, as you're doing this, the lower the leg goes to the floor, the harder it's gonna be to hold that back down. So if that's too hard for you, don't go as low. And we're going to be doing 20 of these. I want the knees to be super straight. I felt like my knees were super straight, but I see I could do a little bit more now that I'm watching it. But now you're going to kind of wedge your weight in between the legs. This is for advanced beginners, don't have to do this. Keep your back flat still, and you're going to kick the legs out and slowly pull them in. The idea here is when those legs are out, you're trying to keep the belly button down. I know these are so hard. If you need to use a pillow instead and not use a weight, or use something else that's not so heavy, you can do that, or you can use nothing. These are hard enough as it is, even without a weight. So do whatever works best for you. If it's too easy, obviously grab a heavier weight. We're just doing 10. All right, go ahead and remove the weight. Put the legs straight up to the ceiling, and we're going to lift the hips off the floor. This isn't momentum, so we're not lowering the legs and flinging the legs up towards the ceiling. We're pulling in with the lower abs, and we're going to shoot for 10 of these as well. Good job, you're doing great. Remember to breathe through these. I know these are hard too. All right, so from here, we're going to go ahead and start again. My abs are on fire. This set really killed me. All right, keep the belly button down. If you don't feel this round, I want you to really focus on that navel to spine connection, keeping the belly button in, feeling the lower back push down into the floor, and really pulling the ribs down as well. So I want you to feel like the ribs are pulling down into the floor, especially the bottom half of the ribs and that belly button. All right, wedge the weight in your legs or set the weight aside. Here we go, kicking out and pulling in. I like to keep my shoulder blades a little bit off the floor and kind of take note what your abs are doing as you kick out. Are they poofing out a whole bunch? Mine are a little bit. I'm just doing my best to keep them pulled in. And we're shooting for 10 of these. You are doing fantastic. I know they're hard. You can do it. Breathe out, breathe in. Don't hold your breath. There you go. Good job. All right, we've got the hip hikes, 10 of these. So we're working our way to 100. Here we go, lifting up for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6. You guys are killing it. You're doing great. We have 3 left from here, so give me those last 3. I am feeling such a burn here. Awesome job. All right, so I'm afraid we have another round of those leg drops. Now, these aren't deceiving. They look easy, and they can be easy if you're not engaging. So engage. Do yourself a favor. You're here, you're working hard. You might as well do the best you can and get the most bang for your buck. Are your knees super straight? Try and keep your knees straighter. That's going to make this exercise even harder, and those legs feel even heavier. Good job. No holding the breath here, remember? That's it. All right, you guys did awesome. So we did 2 sets of abs for 100. We've got 1 set left. We're gonna do side planks. Beginners, you can stack the knees just like this and lift the hips up off the floor. I like to keep my weight right on the hips. Advanced, you are gonna straighten the legs and come all the way up. Now, if having the weight on your hips too much, we're gonna go for 10 of these, by the way. You can ditch the weight again and just leave it off to the side. I want you to feel the waist lift you up. So it's not your shoulder collapsing, it's your waist pulling the body from the floor. Okay, from here, you're gonna put the weight underneath the hips and come into an elbow plank. And now we're gonna drop the hips from side to side around the weight. So you're gonna try to attempt to tap the leg on the floor You do not have to come all the way if that doesn't feel comfortable to you. So you can shorten your range of motion and just do a little bit of a hip twist. We need those shoulders really strong here. Now, if this is too tough, you can put your arms up on a chair or bench and twist your hips the same way. Keep your belly button pulled in and even squeeze your glutes during these. Okay, from here, we're going to go ahead to the other side and do your side plank over here. So we just did the one side. Advance, you're going to keep the legs straight. Beginners, you can stay on your knees. And I want you to really lift the hips as high as humanly possible. Feet are flexed and you're stacking the legs right on top of each other. We're going for 10. You're almost there. Doing great. And I'm sure you've learned by now, probably better to have gym shoes on with this one or some kind of cushion under your feet, because if you're doing it on the floor like me, it kind of hurts. All right, so here we are into those hip dip planks. In a plank, squeeze the belly away from the floor. Squeeze those glutes together. Keep the shoulders pushing away from the floor, so don't collapse. And we're attempting to touch hip to hip, floor to hip. Breathing through it, twisting the best you can. Nice job. There's going to be some motion in the feet. All right, so here we go. We're going to go into our last set of side planks on this side. So find yourself in a nice straight line. Shoulder is right above the elbow and we're lifting up really high, which should feel difficult by now because my abs are smoked. You're just doing the best you can. And that weight on your hip makes a big difference. Even if it's a small weight, you definitely feel it. All right, here we go into those hip dips again. So on the elbows, you are going to turn side to side, breathing out. We're going for 20 total, so 10 each side. Try and bring those hips all the way down to the floor if possible. Good job. You might have to adjust the feet every now and then. Adjust the shoulders. Are you pushing the back away from the floor? So those shoulder blades should almost be rounded. All right, we're going to get into our last set of side planks on the other side. So what side you just did, switch sides. Put that weight on the hip if you are opting to do so. And here we go. We've got those 10, 9, 8, 7. Can you get a little higher? 6, 5, 4. Lay it all out there. This is it. 2 more. And last one. Nice job. You guys did awesome. I hope you felt that as much as I did. Thank you for working out with me. Good work.